Hello, I'm going to be working on dates and alignments, and when I have this open, I'm going to go into my file, and I'm going to save a copy, and I'm going to save it to my OneDrive, and I'm going to change the front just so it's my first name as per usual, and save that. And then I'm going to go back into file, and I'm going to open. And the second one down is the same one, just the original one. And then I will hold my Windows key, press it off to the side, and press that one. So now I've got them side by side. This one here, I'm gonna just try it. This one here says my name. This one here doesn't. That's why I name it my name. Some people put their names on the end of it. You can't see it as easily. I mean, you can still do the drop down and it tells you all that you want to know. But I like to have it at a glance so I kind of keep straight about where I'm going and what I'm doing. Okay, so this is formatting dates. So we have our directions here. We've got our start page here, and we've got our finished project here. Okay, so on this sheet here, we'll leave it on the directions, and on the sheet I'm working on, I'm going to go in here to the Start Here page. So we want to insert a column. Insert a column directly to the left of the current column D. So we want to place the cursor anywhere inside column D. So just there. Then we want to go to our Home tab, and we want to go to our Cells group. So this one's our Cells group. And we want to go to Insert. And we're going to back out of that because I did not insert it where I wanted it to go. So let's drop down, and we want to insert cells. We want to insert sheet column rather than a row because it tried to insert a row. So inserting a column gets that off to the side, which is exactly what I want it to do. Okay, so after we've inserted the column, I'll show you another way to do that. I'm just going to go back a couple. You can also highlight column D and right-click on it, and then go down to Insert here, and it'll default to going there. The same thing happens if you click here. You've clicked a row, and if you go down to Insert, it knows what to do. It'll do what you kind of want it to do. So those are two other options as well, if you don't want it or if you forget where to go, because it is so common to insert cells that they do put it on the right-click link. So it gets a little bit easier for you to do. Okay, so we're going to label this column grade level. Press Enter. Then we're going to hit 8, 8, 7, 8, 8, 8, 7. Boom. That's our information in. Okay, so that's our first few things. Now we are going to merge cells. So we want to type in cell C2. So I'm going to go into cell C2, click into it, and I'm going to type Mr. Goldman's class roster, and I am going to press Enter. Then I'm going to go back up into it. So right now I'm in C2. I can tell because that's highlighted and that's highlighted. I want to merge cell C2 to F2. So I can click, and when I click in here and hold down on my left mouse key, it didn't really work that time, click and hold down on my left mouse key, I can scroll across. My mouse is a little bit broken. So I'm going to hold down, use a different mouse, and then all of my cells are highlighted, or it's got the bar of green around it. That means that they're all selected. That's one way to select all of them. The other way is you can hold down on your Shift key and move across. Or you can hold down on your Shift key or click into the cell, hold down your Shift key, and click in the cell that you want to go to, and that will also work. And then lastly is you can do your Control key and actually just hold down your Control key and click wherever you want to click. So those are all options for selecting your data. They all work. And then in your alignment group, Merge and Center is right up front. You just click on it. Oh, you know what? Hang on, because I did Control instead. Interesting. Okay, so don't use a Control key that way. It should work, but it doesn't. Hang on a second. We'll work that out. So I'm just back to Shift key. Then I'm going to go back into alignment. I'm going to go Merge and Center, and that's what you want it to look like. Okay, so that works. Now we want to apply a font, style, and cell formula. So we're back in cell C2. And you notice how it's highlighted the whole thing because we've merged them all. It thinks it's one great big cell now. We're back in our Home tab. We're going to go into Cell Styles, which is in our Styles group. And we want to find a 40% accent 5. So this is accent 5, 40% right there. That's it. And then we want to go Home tab, Styles group, Cell Styles, so the same place. And we want to pick titles. So titles and headings, and you can pick the title one right there, title style. Boom. That works. Okay. Now our next one down is we want to modify our number format. So modifying the number format to display 2 digits following the decimals in column H. So column H is over here. I'll move my screen recording thing over a little bit so you can see what I'm working on. So we want to highlight the cell range. So highlight the cell range. Sorry, I'm just going to try to move this over. That we want to make adjustments to. So don't include the library finds because the library is letters and we just want to do this to numbers. So I'm just going to do the cell range. So that is H5 through to H11. Those are highlighted. And then we want to go to our Home tab, which we're in, and we want to go to our number section, which is right here. And we want to increase the decimal size. So these little numbers, if I hover over it, one says increase, one says decrease, so we can go increase, boom, boom, and you select it a couple times. You could go like as far over as you want. In this instance, it just wants us to do 2, so that looks more like numbers, right? $14.75. And that is that one. So we did that one. Alignment. So we want to modify column D so it has a horizontal right indent of 1. So column D is back over here. So highlight the cell range. So we're just going to do the cell range again. So that is from D5 to D11. We want to go to our Home tab, which we're in. We want to go to our alignment group here. And we're going to get our drop down in our bottom right hand corner to open up our dialog box. And we are going to go the horizontal menu, which is the text alignment. So we've got all these different things. Text alignment, drop down box, horizontal, and we want to right indent, and then the indent space over here, we're just going to go to 1, and we're going to say okay, and you see they just popped it over a little bit, just a tiny bit. Okay. Next we're going to go format date. So we want to go to the birth date column so that it's a short date. So we want to highlight cells F5 through to F11. We want to go back to our numbers group, and we can go, I think it's right in here as well. We can always pop this out, but if we go here, short date is an option. So that's just in our numbers group, and go to the drop down menu, pick short date, and that fixes it all. Now, if you notice that this is like really, really out of balance, it's really fatty, it's like really taking up a lot of room. If I hop up between F and G, so at the end of or on the right side of the column, when I have the black bar, no longer the white bar, but now the black bar, so it's right in between, and I'm just going to do a quick double tap, click, click, and it boomed, it reorganized the size of it, so it brought it right back in. So that's how you auto click columns. Pretty easy to do. Okay, next step that we're going to do is we are going to go to insert a picture. So we want to insert a picture in cell B13, so I'm going to click in there. We want to search Google for a picture, but this is the exact same as every other time that we've done it in every other program. You go to your Insert tab because we're inserting a picture. In our illustrations, we have our Pictures option. You can select one from your device. I'm just going to pick one from stock images because I am really boring. And I'm just going to go with Student. And that's a hard-working student. I'm going to click that in right there. Now I'm going to go full screen for a minute just because I want to grab this. It's a little bit big for what I want, so I want it to kind of fit the... maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's not bad. Then if I pick it up, I can move it around a little bit. Yeah, that works. Okay, so we've now got our picture inserted. And we want to crop the picture to shape. So we have selected, again, if I'm off here, my picture, nothing works, my formatting thing. So just the same as in PowerPoint and in Word, if I select the shape or the picture or the table or anything else, this new dialog box kind of pops up on the ribbon, and I can get into my picture formatting group. And I want to go to crop. So crop button is on the left hand side right here. If I drop it down, it gives me the option to crop to shape. So I can crop on my own or I can crop to shape. And I want a rectangle with diagonal corners snipped. So I'm in my rectangle section. And what's this one called? Rectangle diagonal corners snipped. That matches what I want to do. So I'm going to select that one. And you see how it just clipped the sides off of it, which is great. And then while I'm in here, I'm going to look at giving this a purple border with a weight of 3 points. I'm just going to expand this up a bit. That'll let me see more. So in my picture styles group, and I've still got my thing selected, I'm in my picture formatting. I'm going to go to picture border. I'm going to select purple. Then I'm going to go back into picture borders, and I'm going to go down to weighted, and I'm going to select a 3-point weight. Okay. So that hits this and this, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. Now I want to insert a new column in row I, and I'm going to click into row, I think this says cell I5. Go to I4 and type gender in. And then in all of the rest of them, we're going to go M, F, F, M, F. Stacy, I went down or up, F. Okay. And then modify cell I5 through to I11 so they have a horizontal left indent. So we're on so I've got my cell ranged highlighted. I'm in my home tab. I want to go into my alignment group, and I'm going to pop out the dialog box, and I want to do a left indent, and I want to go to 2 this time, so a little bit more, and I want to say okay. And that just gets it a little bit over to the side. And my friends, let's check out our finished project. So mine matches theirs pretty well. I've got the purple border, I've got the picture, I've got the indent, I've got the numbers correct, I've got the dates correct, I've got everything else correct. So save that and upload it.